Just behind me there's a news team there. See that reporter? He's just reporting on the fact that earlier today at 6:30 a.m. a man was seen climbing up the Shard. Apparently he successfully got to the top and the police spoke to him at the top. But apparently it's the anniversary of Greenpeace doing something similar, I think 10 years ago or something like that. But anyway, yeah, look, news gathering teams have headed along. He didn't fall, fortunately, but I suppose you could argue what an inconsiderate thought that would be to climb up the outside of the Shard. I could have just been walking out here and say he did fall. Okay, it's awful that he'd die, but he'd kill someone else. Craziness. I think I agree. Nadia always talks about loving being by the sea and the sea calming her. I find there's something really, really comforting and peaceful about the tidal Thames. The fact that it comes in and it goes out. The fact that it rises up the banks and falls down. The fact that it's alive. It feels like a river that's alive, you know, not just one that just flows all the way out. Anyway, I find almost every part of the Thames peaceful in some way, because you kind of look into historic London. You look into the bedrock of what this city was about. And I have to say, in this sort of digital age, it's kind of hard to find that. So I like all the edges down there where you can see all the old sort of jetties and things like that. You can imagine Shakespeare, certainly on this side of the Thames, sort of wandering around, you know, writing his plays, probably having a bit of a flirt with some of the prostitutes, things like that. But you know, I think it's a very peaceful place. And there's the city. I think that's what Nanny Di was trying to take a photograph of the other day. Anyway, I'm working near here today, so I'm heading off.
Welcome to home time. Except I'm in the park. I had one of those kind of useless days where I had so much planned and I didn't do any of it. I sat for ages at home just listening to the girls chatter, which I suppose what summer holidays are about. And I tried not to feel guilty about it. I just thought, no, just sit and listen to them. They were just chattering, you know, teenage stuff. And I was offering them everything. Shall I take you to Chessington? Do you want to go swimming? Do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? No, 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 no. They seemed to be happy just sitting, just chatting. And then I forced them to walk all the way to the park, which nearly killed them, because I'm sorry, but teenagers just don't walk enough. And now we were going to skateboard. Well, I wasn't, they were. And we were so blooming hot after the walk that we've just sat here under this tree. Under this tree. Cafe there. And now Mark, bless him, is going to come and pick us up in the car, because quite honestly, I think they might have cried if I'd said we were going to walk back. Yeah, it's good sometimes just to do fuck all. Dolce far niente. The sweetness of doing nothing.
I'm back at Crystal Palace. I'm going to hook up with Nadia and the kids. Apparently they're in the park somewhere. I've got a really bad injury in my shoulder blade running through to my chest. And classic male fashion, it feels like a coronary. But it's really killing me, but only when I do the weirdest things. So like, if I lean over to scratch my thigh, it kills me, but I can do a press up. Although I can't do a press up, that kills me too. But it's that kind of weird thing. Anyway, it's really hurting. So I've booked myself into a physio. So anyway, I've arrived back at Crystal Palace, which is where I parked. And I'm heading down to rendezvous with the guys down at the cafe.
Twister.
It's the Twister. Is the Twister the best ice cream you can get?
Well,
What's your favourite?
It's one of my
What's
favourites.
your favourite ice cream?
Salted caramel fudge brownie with spoonable top in Ben & Jerry's.
Oh my god. No, but on a stick. What would you have if you could have anything on a stick?
I would say Magnum, but then I had these, they were Nui or something, and they were like really fancy Magnums. They were really good. Like Fabs though?
Kiki's a fab girl. She's already had all the sprinkles off the top. What's your favourite Magnum, Coops?
Magnum? The white ones.
Don't know why. Even after 30 years of driving, or however long it's been, It's always a minor miracle, I think, when you get to your car at the end of a working day and it's still there with all its wheels on it. I never believe it's going to happen. I always think it's going to be stolen. I've had 2 cars stolen. Have you had any cars stolen? 2 cars stolen, 1 car broken into. Yep, in my time. Company cars, fortunately. Fuck, it's hot. Right, Nads, I'm on my way.
What's your favourite? I'm not actually trying to think of my favourite ice cream, but it's all of them. Like, I love a Mr. Whippy with loads of red sauce on. I love an oyster with that bit of marshmallow on the bottom. I love an almond magnum. I like a mint magnum. I like sometimes a Mivvy, a good old-fashioned Mivvy, you know, with the red. Do you like Mivvy's, girls? Do you have them? Do they still have them? They're red on the outside with an ice cream in the middle. Mivvy ice lolly with ice cream in the middle.
That was called strawberry cream or something.
Oh, maybe they've changed it. I love them. I used to love a Funny Feet when I was a kid. Do they still have Funny Feet?
Yeah, I love Funny Feet.
Funny Feet were like...
They're smaller than I remember. I'm trying to remember what that ice cream is called because they're amazing.
I like the ones you get in Spain. They're in like a soggy biscuit.
Magnum did this one and it was like a pink raspberry one. And it was like champagne colour. And it had chocolate shell and it had like pink on the outside and then strawberry ice cream on the raspberry ice cream on the inside.
Yum! Do you know, when I was a kid, my mum used to make homemade ice cream. She used to make coffee ice cream. She used to make mint chocolate chip. She used to make lemon ice cream. I love pistachio ice cream, but it's got to be excellent pistachios. Excellent. And my mum used to make her own lemonade as well. So if it was a hot day, we knew we'd get homemade lemonade when we got in. And she would get 2 lemons, whole lemons with the rind on, right? Put them in the liquidizer with probably a pint of water, maybe a bit more, loads of sugar and ice, and she would blitz it and then strain it through the strainer. Oh my God, it was so good. In fact, I might try and make some today. So good. I have to think how I could do it without the bloody white sugar though. Because it's a bit bad for you, but it was yum. What was your favourite childhood indulgence? Park indulgence? Ice cream, ice pops I used to like. You know when you squeeze them and suck them.
Oh, with Calippos.
Calippos. Cornettos. I've gone off at cornetto. I don't like cornettos anymore. They're too thin. The ice cream's too thin, don't you think, Zobs? Marcus has been savaged by the children and the dog.
Come in, Tops.
They're all funny, aren't they? And especially because they're seeing it out of their setting.
Isn't it hot? Yeah.
So hot. We started our walk and it was fine, and then by the time
It's hotter here than it is in central London.
horrendous.
Hotter here than central London.
Really? That's why we just thought, let's just sit under a tree.
Yeah. Same time, and I've got home and I've bought you a present.
What? Is it diamonds?
No, but it's something.
Is it cake?
No, but it's something as rare as that, and as important as that. Close your eyes. I'm gonna place it in your hands. Hands out, together.
Oh, thanks, babe. That's really good. Leeds, my apple.
So you won't nick mine anymore.
So is it a present for you or a present?
No, it's a present for you. Does anyone find that buying cables? It's like cable. There's cable abuse in this household.
Cable hell.
Cable hell. Cable guy.
Right, we're just going to sit down.
Oh yeah, Judy Garland.
The oven is on.
It's very
reheating. I made tons of roast potatoes yesterday. Result means I just have to heat them up today.
Yay!
Daniel's cooked potatoes. Tuna for Mark. Chicken for the girls.
Now, did you see Renée Zellweger at Pride?
No.
No. Okay. Well, Renée Zellweger was supposed to be launching the new Judy Garland trailer, which has just landed. So
And
we're
did
now.
she?
No.
Oh.
I think there was some issue. You'd have thought they'd have released it on Pride, wouldn't you?
Oh.
Yeah, a bit silly. But anyway, so we're now going to flip over to our review. So head over there.
Do you want to see something of great beauty? Oh, they smell so good. Heated up roast potatoes. But I won't be having any. I'll be having a skinless chicken breast. Yeah, had all the fun of the weekend. It is so annoying. I do tend to relax at the weekend and have a bit more of what I fancy. But it is kind of annoying because you do then pay a price, don't you? All week. You do. I mean, you know, I had the folks round yesterday. We had the lovely big roast dinner. There's Mark in the background, editing Judy Garland. You know, Pride on Saturday, had loads of vodka and had loads of food. And I'm just having real trouble at the moment with being an adult. They call it adulting, don't they? I just don't like it. I just don't like being sensible. It's killing me. Really killing me. Now, I know that makes me a spoilt brat and immature and all of that, but I'm just...
So I just heard Nadia over there complaining about being an adult and not wanting to do it, and I feel exactly the same.
Don't want to be a grown-up.
Don't want to be a grown-up. Don't want to be an adult.
Want to be a grown-up.
I can't turn the camera around because my chest is killing me.
I don't want to be a grown-up.
Do that again. Do that again.
I don't like it.
Lean up and go down again. That was great.
I don't want to be a grown-up. Does her.
Might slow-mo that bit. Yeah, so I'm in absolute agony. I've got an injury which has crept up on me. Nothing specific has happened. I just woke up one morning with a trapped nerve that feels like it's behind my rib cage and my shoulder blade. And I've just taken my second lot of Solpadeine. And I don't want it to get in the way of me doing my exercise, because that's where...
Mark, sometimes you just have to stop. This is where you'll go wrong. If you push through with exercise on that level of pain, you can put yourself out for months. Whereas what you need to do is just stop for a couple of days.
Okay. That means I have to really watch my food then.
Well, do a run. Do just leg weights, but don't do anything around your chest.
But it's really odd, yeah, but it's really odd things that hurt. It's like lifting dumbbells above my head is fine, but actually lifting my bag up is...
Message Joe and say you really hurt your chest. Can he advise a different workout?
Message Joe. I can go directly to the man himself. I'm going to message Joe. I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to ask my friend. He might be on honeymoon though, darling. Mind you, this is more important than any of that shit. Isn't it?
Very important
honeymoon,
stuff.
schmoneymoon. What are you doing?
Look, you know my rainbow one, subs? You know my rainbow one like this?
Yeah.
Look, I've got a black one.
Oh yeah, show us.
It is the coolest.
They're all good.
I can't tell you.
They're like genie pants.
Oh, you don't think they look horrible then?
No, they look like you look like a genie. Do you know who you remind me of? Do you remember MC Hammer?
Yeah. But does it look like MC Hammer?
No, do you remember? He used to do that dance. Yeah, well, that's it. Do it. You get a real sense of them when you do that.
Oh my God, girls, honestly, it is. I can't remember, I think it's something like $7.99 from Amazon. What do you reckon? Do you think it looks nice? Do I still look attractive or do I look like an old slob?
Well, sometimes it looks like you've had a prolapsed womb. No, I'm joking. No, I think you look really nice. I think you look really nice.
You can just wear it around the house.
Yeah.
I could wear this out with loads of black bangles and...
Yeah.
And this, I got from Primark. Two for £2. Mark.
So the bras come with it?
So this whole outfit was about a tenner.
That's great.
I feel very Saint-Tropez, darling. I feel very Malibu. Right, so I'm in the car with two of my fellow trekkers, Holly and Helen. You'll know Helen from Real Titty Gritty. And we're happily travelling along with our postcode to meet our fellow trekkers. And Holly, who I've only just met, and we've discovered we will not be asking for any help with her on the Himalayas, has put the wrong flaming postcode. Well, at least there's no postcodes in the Himalayas. Oh my God. So we're now turning around to go back. Welcome to home time, by the way. Of course, I'm not at home. I'm actually doing my first trek with my fellow trekkers. Just a few of them. There's 25 of my team. But 4 of us have got together today to do our first tentative steps. And we're off to beautiful Box Hill in Surrey. But maybe we'll just end up in the pub instead. Who knows? Oh my goodness, we're laughing because, as I said, I've only just met Holly who's driving, and but I know she's a college teacher. So I said, "So what do you teach at college?" Boom, orienteering. She said, "Yes." Which is so funny because we're heading completely the wrong direction because of Holly. Mind you, you know me, I'm just so impressed that you can drive. We are here and we haven't had the best start because the first thing we did was have a coffee. We're now planning our route and we're going to head off. Say hello, girls, wave.
Hello.
Yeah, you'll be getting to know them very well over the next few months. Really looking forward actually to having a good old walk in the countryside. I'm going to turn my phone off, have a digital free couple of hours. How gorgeous it is here. This lot chattering away. But apart from them, all you can hear is the birds. Oh, it's gorgeous. Oh. So there's a fork in the road and we've just decided to go that way, but God knows if it's the right fork. If you've never been to Box Hill before, come. It is so beautiful. Just take a look at this tree subs. How beautiful is that? My God, how old do you think that must be?
Are these the famous Box Hill trees that they talk
They must be. Probably. We are in Box Hill. What do we reckon, girls? Do you think this is one of the famous Box Hill trees?
This is what I do, little and often.
Broken into the packed lunch.
Oh man, I didn't even have time to make pack.
I've got so little of packed lunch that I'm scared of starting it and having nothing left.
I've brought smoked salmon. She's cooked up a bowl of pasta.
Oh, we've now got into this open land. It's beautiful. Look at all the wildflowers. Can you see them? What I've realised is there's going to be a lot of talking on this trek. Is the Himalayas ready for us? See that behind us? We're deciding whether we should. Well, let's give that to ourselves for a couple of times after. We'll make that something we're going to do in a few weeks' time.
We can do that the next one.
Yeah, we'll try that in a few weeks' time. Can you see it? Okay, you've got to imagine that we're 1,500 metres up and this is the edge. This is what it's going to be like. Oh dear, you're not doing very well, Helen. The real titty gritty. We could lose her over the edge. Oh my God. I'm going to have to get hypnotised. I am actually going to get hypnotised so that I don't get vertigo, because this tiny little step there is making me feel a bit wobbly. And yes, Mark, when you're editing this, you will notice that I've stolen your glasses.
And with a strange space-time continuum jump cut. Yes, I've been looking for my bloody sunglasses all bloody morning and then all bloody evening. There they are on the screen right now. Obviously, I'm being irate from after her trek. Time travel. Couldn't do this on the BBC. Doctor Who can't even achieve this. They've got a special effects budget.
So we are just talking about the things that we're most worried about on this trek. Helen, what are you most worried about?
The sleeper train.
Right, tell the subs what's happening on the sleeper train.
This is the thing. I don't actually know. There's going to be 100 of us on a sleeper train.
From Delhi.
From Delhi to, obviously, to where our destination in the Himalayas.
Daharasala Karamalam.
Okay. And I'm just nervous about the concept because I like my home comforts and it's the unknown that scares me.
Do you know what worries me about that first night and that long train journey overnight? Is that we'll then be knackered. And then our first day trekking will be exhausted.
But then it will be an easy day. It won't be an easy day, but it'll be easier. They'll break us in gently. Do you think? I think.
And of course we'll bring lots of cake. So Real Titty Gritty here. You know Real Titty Gritty. We follow her on Twitter and Instagram. She's on Lorraine all the time. Helen is actually... apparently this is the worst thing you can say to a cancer patient, which is, you look so well. And I've only just discovered this and I've been doing it to everyone, and unfortunately I do always say that to Helen, but Helen has had a year from hell, easy to say.
Yeah.
And
this trek is going to mark the end of my my crazy year, hopefully.
Yeah. So what are you most nervous about?
Being hungry. I hate being hungry, and I just worry that we're going to be out for 9 hours a day and there's no like cafe. There won't be cafe.
There won't be a cafe. I think we can safely say there will be no Starbucks.
Oh, come on! They didn't even go for a frappuccino. No.
I'm going to bake some goodies. I'm going to really look into
packed lunch.
what's in the packed lunch.
Well, in Romania it was just like a baguette with a Romanian like energy bar. Yeah, but
Oh God, that doesn't sound good.
9 hours
I'm not
a day.
excited about the baguette in the Romanian bar. But India, they're much more trek savvy, aren't they? So you never know. They might cook us a 3-course lunch. What do you reckon, Karina?
I don't know. I'm not sure they're going to cook us. So we're walking up the Himalayas. We could just bank one of our backpacks for food.
I'm going to bring loads and loads of food. Holly and I have only met today because she didn't come on the first day's meet and greet. What's your biggest fear about the trek?
I think the cold at night.
Yeah. Oh God, I haven't even thought about that.
Yeah, where the temperatures drop, trying to get comfortable in your sleeping bag. And
that's it.
Trying to.
Oh, woman down.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, definitely lots of layers. Make sure we're bring warm, comfortable clothing.
Sharing with someone who likes to spoon.
You know what?
Definitely.
You know what, Mark, this is my husband, Holly. He did a program for the BBC where they trekked across the North Pole.
Oh wow.
And what they did was every night they would pee into a bottle.
No.
And then that would keep them warm. Yeah,
Oh, are we going to go to that extreme?
maybe not. But it's a good story. Oh my God. Well, I've just hit my 10,000 steps, which is good. And, you know, again, talking to Karina and Helen, the Helen, real titty gritty Helen, you know, who've are going through breast cancer and breast cancer treatment. This is going to be, I think, the most incredible experience of my life. I really, really do. I'm so excited, very fearful, because my knee's already hurting just in Box Hill without going up that high or coming down that steep. But yeah. Oh my God, another beautiful tree. You brought smoked salmon.
I brought smoked salmon. I know.
Brilliant.
What have you got, girls?
I got a cereal bar.
Cereal
Yeah,
bar,
Trek bar.
Trek bar,
Satsuma.
What's in
Satsuma.
Nadia's bag? Some pom bags.
I'll be bringing them to India with me.
They're a really good.
Don't tell them I'm already knackered. Shit. Oh, shit. Yay! Come on, big cheer, everybody. Hey! We did how many? How many did we do?
6.4 kilometres it says.
6.4 kilometres. We've got to
I've done some
do
before at home.
double that on the trek, I think.
That's doable.
But for our first trek, and here with Karina, who's had heart failure.
I'm still alive. It's still ticking.
Titty Gritty is still having treatment, and me, just a professional moaner. We've all done very well. Wow. What a special morning that was. Hearing more about people's stories. My God. Being in the most beautiful place, idyllic. Mark, we've got to come here on Sundays. Apparently it's only a 40-minute drive from ours. We've got to do this. It's just absolutely exquisite. And now we're just going to go and have a nice cold drink because we've earned one. So, see you back home.
Got them back. Yes, obviously. I'm editing the vlog. This is how I make the most of time to get content done. So I'm editing the vlog in the car whilst waiting for Maddie to come out of her dance lesson, to come out of her singing session with lovely Mike, her singing teacher. I've just been editing Nadia's first trek with all of her lovely co-trekkers, and I just wanted to say, she's right. It is going to be an absolutely incredible trip, and I'm very proud of her for doing it. I'm very proud of the cause. I do think Copperfield has sort of a unique position, really, in terms of charities, in that they take a very sort of gallows sense of humour, just in the name, Copperfield. They take a gallows humour approach to an incredibly serious subject. But that, in a weird way, means that the message of check your boobs, for God's sake, gets through to all the right people in a much more meaningful way, I think. So, but it's lovely to get to know some of her trekkers and the people she's going to be going with. It's remarkable to think what they've already overcome. I mean, a mere trek through the Himalayas is a mere flesh wound, to quote the knights that go "Nyeh." Do you remember the knights that go "Nyeh" in Monty Python's The Holy Grail? I'll bite you to death. That was once they'd had their legs and arms taken off. So I think a Himalayan trek for those erstwhile adventuring women is going to be a piece of piss. For our Nads, however, I'm not going to say something now that I don't think she'll like, but the last couple of mornings when she's woken up, I've heard the most awful creaking sound, which I thought was the floorboards, and I've subsequently discovered was actually the sound of her knees. So, yeah, I think she needs to get a few yoga sessions in, a bit of Pilates, you know, but yeah, it is going to be amazing. And there's something really wonderful. I mean, I used to do lots of films about all that kind of stuff, treks and sort of runs and walks and expeditions. And a real camaraderie will kick in. It's such a special thing. It's a really special thing. Time sort of stops. And it really is, you know, adventure really is the only way you can sort of escape this digital age and sort of remind yourself of what it actually means to be a human being existing on a planet that's alive. You know, that's the thing. Anyway, I'm going off on one now. But anyway, I'm just editing it now, and I'm just very proud of her, and I'm proud of her trekkers and her colleagues, and it's just a great cause. So, below here, donate, and you stand a chance of me or Nadia, or me and Nadia, or Nadia and me, your choice, coming round to your gaff, and she'll cook something beautiful for you, and I'll just irritate the pants off you. Come on, I'd love to run around your kitchen or your lounge being an absolute twat. Priceless.
Any ideas?